Well, good afternoon. I went ahead and I bought a roast chicken at Sam's. And I thought I need to do something with that chicken. So I'm going to take some of this off of here quickly. I'll probably have the cats wanting to visit if they hear me or smell this. So if I do, then I just will have to be on my guard, because it might hit me in the head and knock me out for a while and devour our chicken. I'm not going to take the whole off. I'm just going to cut down so I can get this breast piece off of there, and I just chop it with my fingers a little bit. Because what we're going to make today is a Mexican dish that I like, and it's kind of a quick take on enchiladas. Let's see, you have to get those old pieces off there. You don't want them in your food. Get that old skin off. Plus, I don't need the skin. It's got all that sodium. I don't need that. But we'll take some of this off here, so we won't waste it. Now, I would usually take this and freeze it like I did the last video. And I'll probably boil this carcass down, make a good chicken soup out of it. But today we're going to just use this right here for our enchilada, our Mexican dish. Let's just call it a Mexican dish. It's something I come up with a long while ago. Okay, now that's enough. I should have got some dark meat because I like to mix dark. I like to mix dark and light. So, you know, that's the way it goes. Okay, I think that's beautiful white meat there. So let's set that back. Okay, I got one of my crock pans. Let me get the handle put on it and get some of this kind of wiped up, because you know I don't like a mess. I do not like a mess. Put a little olive oil in our pan. Not a whole bunch, but I'm going to take my white corn tortillas. Get them out of the wrapper here. Get that heated up here. We're not going to make a big deal of this because it's wasting. So I don't do that. So I'll take about probably, let's see, there's 2, 4, let's just say 6. Let me lay them right there. Because I don't want to waste food. And it seems like that's what I do when I do these cooking videos. Let me find my little wrapper here. Get a bag for these. Well, I don't know who come up with these bags, but I wished I had them because if we'd invented these, we'd be wonderful, wouldn't we? Let's get our tortillas put back up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, let me get a plate. Gotta have a plate. I'll get a paper towel. Get that hot there. That's what we want. So we just want to drop that down in that oil for just a few seconds. Just to heat those. I just want them to get soft. And turn that up a little bit, why? Yeah, you want it to get soft. And that's the only way to get them soft is let them fry for just a minute. You can see it bubbling up there, so it's getting, it's getting soft. But that's cool. Sometimes you can I don't like it when people don't pre-fry these, and they're still tough when I'm ready to eat them and in my dish, and I don't like that. You have to heat that grease in them. I've never tried to do it in the microwave. Maybe you could, I don't know. Okay, so now then, we've got these. Let's spread them out a little bit just so they don't cool and be flat. There we go. Okay, we'll set these right here. Let me get some celery. I already washed it. And I'm going to get a piece of celery. I'm just going to chop it. Let me get a little more oil. I don't want a whole bunch of celery in there. I just want it. I just want it to cook down a little bit. Let me get an onion. Can't do it without an onion. Lord, don't forget the onion, people. Gotta have an onion. And we gotta have the garlic. Can't do it without garlic. So, let's get this garlic in here. Okay. I want to just kind of caramelize these onions. They're so good for you. Onions are so good for you. And I like them. I like them. About anyway, but you know, Billie Jean can't eat them in it like he used to. Used to just take a whole big onion and chew it, and I think that's what keeps off the cold and all that stuff. You know, helps. Smells delicious in here, y'all. Let me get. You'd think I'd get the big knife so I could get this done quicker, but we don't have nowhere to go right now, so we're all right. Let me get my. Well, I washed all those plastic bowls. Let me get my. Get this kind of. I'm going to cook that down some. Let's get some water out of there. Get a little water out of there. Thing, so I'll need it here in a little bit. Okay. I'm going to add some potatoes to this. I'm not going to add, well, we've got that much chicken, so we'll do, oh, I don't know, probably about a cup of potatoes. Let those kind of fry and chop them up with that. May have to add a little more, but this time you can add your butter. Add you some dollop of butter to it. And we want our cilantro. So let's chop that up. Chop cilantro. Now I'm going to take some of this chicken. I'm just going to put it in my pan. This will be a meal in itself. You can use this inside of flour tortillas. You can use it inside of casseroles. It's a one-pot wonder, I guess you'd say, but it's very good. Now we're gonna have our pepper. So do your pepper. Get you some salt. I don't want to put a whole bunch, but I found out I can have 2,000 milligrams a day, which is not totally salted, but and I think that's still too much because I never ate that much salt anyway. So, alright, there's a little piece of, get that all up. Let me get the stove. I'll wipe it and clean it, and then it's dirty again in 5 minutes. And I guess y'all, same way as y'all is. Okay, I've got that cooked down pretty good there. Let me get a skillet off the wall. And let me go ahead and get our, these are cool now. Kind of cool. I'm checking them. Okay. Yeah, those are kind of cool. And they've drained. So we will, let's just set our plate up there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a big spoon. Pull this over here. I'm just going to fill these. Fill these up and turn them. All you got to do. I guess I should put some cheese inside. I mean, I will. Had it here. I just forgot that first one. So we'll just put a little filling, turn it. Now, I didn't have any white cheese. A lot of times I'll use these with white cheese. And I didn't do it. Let me get this. Let me get this. Try to pull this over here so y'all can see. I don't know if I can. That's good enough. I think you can see there. I'm not going to pull that all the way down. That camera all the way down. Now that'll put 2 on the side there. Like that. And about like that. Now, of course, if you have a big family, you have to do a big pan of these. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a row of this, a layer of this, just kind of over them. So when you dip that out, you don't have to do them. You can layer these in, you can layer those down lay them down just like if you was making stacking them up. Put your filling in between each stack. You don't have to roll them, is what I'm trying to say. One day I can talk. I'm going to take a little more of this chicken. I think we've got enough, but I hate there's one of those little, probably a little gristle. No, it's not. Just putting a little more chicken on those. Like that. Putting a little more cheese. Just right there. Okay, now you can do that without your chili. But I like it with chili. I like a red sauce or a chili on this bake. So I take it and I just layer an amount of chili. You can use canned chili, you can use homemade chili. However you want to do it. I might as well just put that in there, huh? No sense in wasting. I'm not gonna waste. Plus, it'll get those soft. If there's any left over that's not soft, for some reason the edges they're not soft. Now see, if I'd have done half that package, we'd have had let me get a little water here. If I'd have done half that package, we would have had enough to feed an army. We'd have never been able to eat all that. And it's too hard to freeze because I'm just going to put a little, I don't want to do too much cheese. You can do as much as you want on any of this, but with the sodium, I'm not going to do a whole bunch. Okay, so now, let's clean our work up, as I call it. Let's put our potato chicken enchiladas. That's what we're calling these. I always call them just down south enchilada, down home enchilada. And we'll put these in our oven at 375. And we'll bake it till there, because you've already got most everything pre-baked. So let's go 375, and I'm going to do it on the convection. I'm going to do it on the convection for 30 minutes. You don't need that long because everything is already pre-cooked. That's what I like about when I make enchiladas, everything, whether it be chicken, beef, whatever kind of enchilada, I do it so it's all pre-cooked, because that's one thing I hate. It's when I get my food, even at a restaurant, and the enchilada, whether it be flour tortilla or enchilada, are not done, you might as well forget it, because I do not like that. Now I was going to do a good Mexican rice with this, but I don't think we need it. I do not think we need it, so let me get the kitchen cleaned up and I'll be back. Well, we got those in got the kitchen kind of cleaned up. I wouldn't say by no means expertly done. But I saw that cilantro and I thought, I'm not going to waste that cilantro because I don't think it'll last another day. So, I thought, and I've got this piece of onion here. It would have lasted, but I thought, no, I'm going to. And I've got 2 avocados, 3 avocados. They need to be used. So I'm going to do this guacamole. And I'm going to make it 2 different ways. So I'm going to use one of my, I'm going to get my avocados, and I'm just going to split those right around there. Just like that. Pull this back over here. I've already rinsed these off with our baking soda water. I'm pretty sure 2 will be enough right now. Well, this well, the oven is really going crazy today, making all that noise. I don't know what's wrong with it. Okay, the enchiladas, they have about, or the Mexican dish says it has about 15 minutes. So I'm going to take my spoon. I've got one of those tools, but I don't use the tool. Sometimes you pop those out, but they're not ripe enough, so we'll just have to do it this way. If they're not quite ripe, they won't pop out. Don't forget the little stem. We'll get that seed out here in a minute. Now, a lot of people like guacamole. A lot of people, mother, she'll eat it some with the corn chip. If I homemade corn chips, then she'll eat it. If they're not homemade, she doesn't care. She don't care for it too much. I'll wash my hands. Get one of the big. Get my big chop knife here. And go ahead and get that seed popped out. Because when they're not ripe, then that seed just don't want to come out. That's okay. We'll get it out one way or another. We'll get it out one way or another. Okay, so let me get a small, just a small little bowl. And I'm going to take this onion and the cilantro. And I'm just going to put some of it in this small bowl. And I'll explain why in a minute. I think y'all should know already. The tomato. I can't use the chop knife on this. I'm going to use the smaller one. Okay. So now just take my tomato. It would be different if I had you know what, but I don't want to wire them just to this. So I'm making another one little salad. And I'm making me another little salad. Now I hope that makes sense. For those of you that follow me, you know I don't wear my dentures because I don't like them. And when it all started, they were supposed to get me implants. Well, that turned into $1 million and something else. So they haven't got done, and they probably never will unless I find a dentist that could do them, help me get them at a lower price, or help me with them. That's all I know. Okay, so now I put my garlic, my cilantro, my tomato, and my onion. Then I'm gonna get some Nelly Joe's key lime, and I'm gonna take some avocado, and I'm just going to mix that in. With that lime and cilantro, my lord, it smells so good. See, and I just crunch it, kind of crunch it. Sometimes I'll take I've got one of the big Mexican, kind of like mojitos, but it's not. See, now there's your guacamole. Put a little salt in it since it's mama. Put a little pepper. Gotta have pepper. Mix that around. Key lime juice. My gosh, it's the best. It's just the best. So now we've got that. And to mine now, let me use this spoon, so there's no sense in wasting it. I'm gonna put garlic, probably about a teaspoon of garlic in that, because I like fresh garlic, but then I'm gonna take onion powder, just onion powder, and put in there. Put a little garlic powder into that. Get those put up. Now I'll put the lime juice, a little more lime juice, since I'm not going to use salt. And I can use the tomato. I will chop it a little finer with my big chop knife. And the cilantro. Okay? That'll get you the flavor, but it won't be too difficult to eat. There's a little bit of onion in that, but it won't hurt. It'll chop up. Let's see if I can get some of that cilantro. Fine, fine, fine. Chop it up so fine. That needs to be chopped up a little more. Won't be as beautiful, but now you can take this kind of chicken, boiled chicken, and mix it with your avocados, like this, like your guacamole, and just put chicken in with it, and it makes a great sandwich on one of these croissants. Instead of just a regular chicken croissant sandwich, make your guacamole kind of style. Gotta have some pepper. Then put your chicken in with that. Little cardamom. And I'm gonna tell you, that's what I'm gonna do with this because there'll be some left over. Tomorrow, this guacamole will be, I'll put the chicken in with it. We'll have a sandwich, avocado chicken, guacamole sandwich on the croissant. Oh, I hear the beeper. So there's my guacamole, and there's Mama's guacamole. So you just have to adapt. Let me get the garlic put up and the lime juice put up, because I don't like leaving it out. All right, let me get a little plate. Let me do this first. And we'll get our enchilada bake out of this Texas skillet bake. Now there's our, it's still bubbling. See it bubbling? Okay. Yeah, that's still a bubbling there. Let me get another, I'll have to get Mother some tea. We'll get an iced tea. I probably should get a spoon, because that is scrumptious. This is going to be scrumptious. So, see how crusty, they got kind of crusty there? But that pan is hot as the dickens. Iron skillets, I love them. But see, we dip down under that. And pull that out. Now I'm going to tell you. Get that little piece right there, Lord. Don't waste any. And then I'll get her some of her guacamole. Like that. She'll want a little bit of tomato, potato. Just about like that. So there, that's what we're going to have. And I'll get some corn chips. And God bless you, God bless us, God bless the United States. Try to make this. It's good for you. Makes you, it'll warm your insides up. That's what we want, get warm. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.